At VASA, we believe in the kind of fitness that shows up in real life. The kind that makes everyday chores easier. And the big moves a little less overwhelming. Working out doesn't always mean hitting PRs. Sometimes it's simply about being around to watch your grandkids grow up. Or having the confidence to try something new. At VASA, fitness is less about looking like a model and more about being a role model. For our families, for our friends, for ourselves, for our colleagues. VASA is here to help you get strong and healthy so that wherever you go and whatever you do, you'll be able to live life better. VASA Fitness. Live better.
Studio Red became my safe place. You guys gave me a chance to step away from cancer. You gave me a chance to come in here for 45 minutes and remove myself from a situation that I couldn't control. And I will forever be thankful to you guys for that. My name is Sabrina Ruiz. I'm 35 years old and I'm from Denver, Colorado. As being someone that had suffered from obesity or was obese, I had given weight loss many shots on my own. And I knew that this was something that I wasn't going to be able to tackle on my own, and so I needed reinforcement. And I knew that my frame of workout was limited at home and I need something better. I needed heavy weights. I needed maybe a little bit of social interaction. So I felt like I could find that at VASA. I had a friend that was also going to VASA and I had not seen her in years. I ran into her there and she was taking Studio Red. And I was discussing with her. She's like, oh, you look great. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm not really getting the results that I want. She said, you should come do Studio Red. And my initial thought was, oh no, I'm not at that level of fitness to do something like that. And she said, no, it's for everybody. Studio Red was exactly what I needed. I needed to be uncomfortable. And I think because we have such a great dynamic within the classroom, we're all really open with each other. I remember we had a brunch a few weeks ago as like a Studio Red community, and we all went to a restaurant and there was a ton of us. I looked around at the table and it became very real to me that we all have one common goal, which is fitness. And we bond on that. The mental wins that I have from my weight loss far surpass anything else. I'm more optimistic, I'm happier. I think I'm more positive for sure. I feel very empowered. Weight loss to me was something that I never thought that I could do, but now that I've done it and I'm continuing to do it, it lets me know that I can do hard things. Studio Red for me throughout my dad's illness was such a support system without knowing that they were being a support system. My dad had been diagnosed with cancer. He was well, and then he just wasn't. And he was a very healthy man. I never imagined him getting sick. I know that he was so proud of me for taking the steps to change my life and better myself. I didn't want to let him down. But I knew I did not have the time or the energy to plan my workouts. I needed someone to do it for me. I had went to Studio Red that morning and I came back and he was doing bad. Never in a million years I think that he would pass away that day. The next morning, my alarm went off like it would have gone off for 5:30 class. And I got up and I went. I needed the normalcy. I needed the support system. My Studio Red family is important to me because they allow me to be vulnerable. With no judgment, with no expectations. We're all just ourselves. The Studio Red community has really made fitness fun for me, and it has really made me know that there are people out there that are doing the same thing as me, and they could be going through something, but you can still show up for each other.
I needed to prioritize me, and I needed to put myself first. And for me to do that, it needed to be in all the ways, mentally, emotionally, and in my physical, and take care of my health, So, yeah, I just needed to make sure that I built that habit, and I needed somebody to be there with me to build that habit. I'm Flavia Mendes, and I am 48. I'm originally from Brazil, but I live now in Colorado for the past 22 years. Unfortunately, all my experiences with gym in the past were horrible. So when I was a teenager, between 16-year-old, I entered into a gym and I tried to do a class, and I felt people laughing at me and looking at me, and I felt so self-conscious, especially as a young teenager, that I never went back. Mentally has been a long journey. I started giving more attention to the health side when I actually went to VASA. When I actually made that step to walk into the gym and make a commitment. My goal, I went from I want to lose this much weight to I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy mentally. I want to be healthy emotionally. I want to just have an overall healthy life. And at that moment, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to go to the gym, but I needed somebody to hold me accountable. And the only way I could do it is by having a personal trainer. That's where I met Sophia, and my life started to change.
I don't even really go into okay, what do you want to train? What do you want to do? I'm more of who are you, Flavia? Before we get into any exercise, let's talk about your favorite things to do to break down that barrier of any uncomfortable feelings. And then we got to know her a little bit, and I loved her. A lot of the goals when I'm with my clients are not based off of weight loss, body fat, any of those. They're great to do and great to know, but it was more okay, I know what she wants, and I know if we work together, I'm gonna make you 10 times more confident.
I felt a sense of relief just because I went through something that I put a wall that was so difficult for me. And it's okay, this is not so hard.
And we slowly started building that confidence up to where she would text me and just be I just worked on these machines that you showed me. And I also showed a friend, and I would get so happy just being she's showing people around the gym and she's confident. I'm just so thankful for Flavia. She took a chance on me as a 21-year-old trainer, and all the love she's given me when I went through a rough day.
I felt there was something inside me is starting to grow.
This is probably the best client I've ever had in regards to wanting to be a better person.
Sophia met me in that position where I was. She didn't see my limitations. I felt a sense of relief. I'm just able to look at myself with more compassion and say, it's okay, we can do this. And I just need to be 1% better than yesterday. I love you, Sophia. I love you so much. You make my life better.
So my mom is 65 years old. She lived with us for 5 years, and her health just continued to decline. About a year ago, we had to move her into assisted living. She has a lot of health issues that could be fixed with diet and exercise. She worked really hard to take care of my brother and I, but never took care of herself. I was doing the same thing with my family. I was always taking care of my kids, taking care of my mom, taking care of my husband, and I wasn't taking care of myself. VASA has this new Live Better campaign, and I saw a video of not worrying about looking like a model, but becoming a role model. And I just thought about how I want to help my kids live a better and healthier life. And seeing that video is kind of like a light bulb went off, and I was like, I need to take care of myself first before I can take care of my family. And I just started working out. I went to a studio flow class on a Sunday afternoon, and it was a spiritual experience. You know, it was the first time where I was like, I am taking just 1 hour out of the week for me to just focus on what I need. I just wanted my kids to be proud of me. They've turned into my biggest cheerleaders. Like when I tell them I'm going to the gym, I'm going to yoga, they're like, go Mom! It's not just about being skinny. It's not just about fitting into this box. It's about being strong and being active and taking care of yourself. By putting yourself first, then, you know, you're letting people know I have value. I just told myself I need to start going. And I think the biggest thing was setting time. And when I went, the members that were there would say hello and welcome me. And I've had multiple instructors come up to me after and be like, hey, thanks for coming. And so the fact that they actually came up to me just to help me feel a little bit more comfortable made a huge impact on me. And it helped me want to keep going, just knowing like, hey, I do belong here. Being a plus size woman, it's intimidating and it's physically hard and it's emotionally hard to put yourself out there and try new things, and making that effort and just telling yourself, I can do this. And when it gets hard, you don't stop, you keep going, and I've done it. There is definitely a mindset that has changed in me, that it's not like, I have to lose weight, I have to lose weight. That's not it for me anymore. It's more about, I want to be strong and I want to live longer. What's great about working out is that it's not just your physical well-being, it's your emotional well-being. I'm happier. I don't anger as quickly with my kids. My legs are stronger, my arms are stronger. I smile more. I just feel more of a positive energy with myself. If I could give advice to somebody who's thinking about going to the gym, who hasn't gone before, it's scary and I know it, but the people there are so warm and inviting. Literally the hardest step is just getting yourself there. And once you get there, it gets easier and easier. That's what I love about VASA, is that there's so many different classes and amenities that you can find something that you like to do, and you don't have to worry about anybody else. Just take care of yourself and take that first step to get there.